everybody, it's Mike from the Used Gamers, and welcome back to the Deadfire. Today, we're going to be continuing our journey. We just arrived in the last episode. We arrived here at Port Maje, so we're going to be investigating the town, seeing maybe if we can find some new crew members, and maybe even fix up our ship so we can get out of here and actually do some exploring of the world. So I'm going to continue on with our barbarian chanter character. It's also called a howler. Of course, we have Adair, who's our swashbuckler, which is a fighter rogue. We're gonna start searching the town and see what we can find. It seems there's a crowd gathered here.
Comes this way.
Please, everyone stay calm.
The man at the center of attention appears to be fielding inquiries from both the gaggle of townsfolk gathered around the platform and a rather severe-looking Amawa woman standing just beside him.
Please, everyone remain calm. I assure you I will do everything in my power to get you the answers you need. Our friends among the Huana.
So the Huana are a tribal civilization primarily comprised of island Amawa, which has thrived in the Deadfire archipelago for thousands of years. Though largely decentralized, the Huana share common values steeped in mythology and a sense of guardianship over the isles they call home.
Have offered you hospitality and safety from the storms.
The Amawa woman folds her arms.
Yes. I think we are all keenly aware of the debt of gratitude we owe to the...
I have personally seen to the safety of your homes. Now you will do the same for our families.
What about our families?
What about the ships? How are we supposed to feed ourselves?
If everyone would...
As Clario's gaze sweeps across the crowd, it falls upon you, where it remains. A few more heads turn to see what has caught the governor's attention.
It's one of the pirates.
At this alarmed cry, the whole of the crowd turns to regard you. A startled, expectant hush falls upon the gathered throng. I'm not a pirate.
Everyone stay calm. I think it's clear our guest is nothing of the sort. Two of my guards reported a ship flying deer wooden colors, fallen prey to a private vessel. That would be your ship, I assume.
The crowd quiets somewhat at that, though you still find yourself the target of a few glares.
That would make him lucky. Your own vessels do not usually fare so well.
The woman regards you with a bland curiosity.
Quite.
I just need some repairs, I'll be on my way. So we'll help. Just need some repairs and I'll be on my way.
Per complanca, everyone, forgive me. I believe this matter requires my attention. You have my word that I will keep you apprised of any changes. Especially you, Mr. Ikawa.
Do not flatter me with Valian titles. You are distracted with your newcomer and wish me gone. But I will not go far, Governor Clario.
Geralde. As for you, stranger, let us speak at my estate. We'll discuss your predicament.
Okay, seek out means of repairing your ship. I gotta speak with the governor. Let's explore the town a little bit first. Here's looks like some named people.
Accept the light, and you shall be redeemed.
A woman shouts, arms raised high and wide. In each hand she grips a golden candle. The flames gutter wildly as she gestures to the crowd before her. The missionary holds a candle to drip wax in the shape of 3 stars on the forehead of each kneeling worshiper. One of them stumbles back, swiping the hot wax from his skin.
Se futito! Madicchio! I did not sign up to be burned!
Just gonna sit and watch. The priestess trembles her arms, face pinched with disappointment. In the warm sea breeze from the port, loose strands of her sun-streaked hair whip about her head like a living halo.
This flame is not for purification. It is for illuminating the darkness. Sanctification comes only as a result of your journey. But the light will guide your way.
She tilts her face towards the sky. Each eye shut, she drags a shaky hand to dribble wax across her own brow.
Aethys has returned at last, but it's not too late to redeem ourselves.
As surely as my fingers are webbed, I tell you, gone, never left.
Despite her contrary words, the Hawana woman shrugs, accepting the golden wax.
Sakes alive, Wanglith. Ain't we got more pressing matters to attend to than a baptism?
Arms crossed over her chest, a shorter, duskier woman watches the ritual with an ornery sort of expression, her delicate chin jutted out.
We just missed one of the biggest reapings of all time. What about the souls that need us?
As she steps forward, she reaches for a peculiar-looking lantern strapped to her hip.
Do not push me on this, you wayward child. You'd leave the living forlorn to service the dead?
Rather than discouraging the other Dawnstar, the accusation seems to kindle a stubbornness inside her. Shoulders set, she grins.
Here, I'll light 'em all at once.
Metal clanking, she sways an eerily lit lantern in an intricate pattern before her. The priestess bites her lips, swinging harder and faster, lithe arms hurtling the weapon with a deceptively hidden strength, until she thrusts it hard out toward the crowd, splattering everyone with wax. Just gonna wipe away the glob.
Now that we're right with our god, can we please see about helping the people I dreamed died? Those souls ain't gonna reap themselves.
Her words catch in her throat as she turns, spotting you for the first time.
I'm guessing you're not here for the baptism.
Do you know where I can find the governor?
I surely do. I already asked him to let me inland, on account of my dreams that came true. But he's not giving out the location of the Audra Pillar. You think he'd tell you?
You're not permitted, child, because it's too dangerous. But you never listen.
Yet I hear you all the time, Wanglith.
She grimaces, baring her teeth. Adair tugs at his beard, a sour look on his face. So this is kind of you'll see the companions will react to certain things that you say or other companions say. So he is reacts in certain ways to Eothasians, people who worship Aethys, because obviously Adair is kind of conflicted about how he feels, whether with following him, and a lot of that can also depend on how you were with him in the first game. You can kind of change his beliefs towards Aethys.
Gon's been calling me here. Left the breadcrumbs in my dreams.
So Gon is interesting because it's an aspect of Aethys associated with death and harvest. His implements are symbolically important. A sickle reaps what is sowed in life, and the lantern guides the deceased down their intended paths of death and rebirth. It is generally believed that Gon, instead of Bareth's avatars, visit those who embrace death with acceptance and understanding. His most fervent devotees are known as Harvesters of Gon. Gon is an answerer of wrongs and imbalances. This has contributed to no small part to Deerwood's enthusiasm for vigilante justice. Popular regard for Gon is polarizing. He is appreciated, feared, and characterized by a grim sense of finality.
I need to get inland. If you're going, I could help you. Swear on my soul.
Why do you want to go inland?
There are souls needing their last rites. I ought to shine them the light, else they might get lost.
Enough nonsense, Jyoti. No one knows if anyone's even died. You've no business going in there, risking your own safety, risking our mission.
Wanglith, you guide the living and I guide the dead. Gon bids it and I dreamed it. Leave it be. We all serve our purposes. So what's yours?
I'm chasing Aethys.
I knew it!
She clenches her grip on the sickle in her right hand.
That was my god who stomped through here. I gotta go after him. Watcher, will you take me with you?
Perhaps you'll prove useful in dealing with Aethys. You can tag along so long as you don't get in my way. You can tag along so long as you don't get in my way.
I know an offer rare as hen's teeth when I hear it. Yeah, I'm taking it.
She beams brightly.
You won't regret this.
She steals a shy glance at Adair.
Hey.
Adair half nods without looking in Jyoti's direction. He seems suddenly focused on something in the distance. A tad too eagerly, she saunters close beside you.
At least take care, child. Come back to us in one piece. If not for my sake, then Samhain's.
The older priestess sighs, shaking her
So
head.
don't tell her. What the High Priestess doesn't know won't hurt her.
Grinning, Jyoti waves her brethren a curt parting. So this is our new party member. We can either have her be a priest, a monk, or a contemplative, which is a mixture of the two. She's actually extremely powerful just as a priest. She has some pretty nice melee stuff, so if you want to do kind of a monk mix, you can, or do her just monk, but having the priest and the healing is really nice. Obviously, my character is not really going to take too much of it, but some of my other party members might need it, and even her offensive spells can be pretty powerful, so I'm going to leave her as a priest. Alright. We'll go ahead and level her up really quick just so you can kind of see what she does. So let's see here. We'll do Arcana with her, that way she can use like scrolls and stuff to do other things. And religion is her big thing. She actually has certain weapons and stuff that really get boosted by her religion skills, so you really want that to be high. So she starts off with the base kind of priest abilities, and then she also gets, depending on whenever you make a priest, depending on what god you choose to serve, you're going to get automatically certain spells at certain levels. So that's just something to keep in mind. Let's see what we have over here. That's if you want her to be a monk. To gain additional weapon set, she certainly doesn't need that. What is this one? This one makes everybody strong, which is nice. Suppress Affliction is always really great to have. And then this one is also pretty nice because it can daze enemies. Let's see, we will go with... We'll go with this. No, wait, no, actually, you know what? I don't really like that one because it's got a really small AoE. Like, it's pretty much just around her. What's Insightful? Perception. Oh, that's pretty nice. Especially for my little guy who wants to do all the critting. So I'll do that. Okay. So, yep, she is a priest. A Harvester of Gone is her subclass, which, you know, like I said, a lot of the party members, you'll have a lot of special subclasses or special, like, kind of places they're from or whatever that you can't actually make for your character. So, it's kind of cool. And if you look at her inventory, these are the weapons that she has, which are pretty nice. So she has her sickle, which has deflection against melees. So she's actually really good as a melee character. Even though sometimes it's nice to have her in the back, so that way she's not getting interrupted or anything. And she gets 5% sickle damage until combat ends whenever she gets a kill. This will stack 4 times, and it's more powerful as when her religion skill is higher. So like I said, good idea to boost that religion skill. And then she has this lantern, which is actually her shield, kind of weird. Allows her to engage an extra enemy. She has Holy Radiance. +2 to all restoration power levels, +2 to all inspiration power levels. So all of her spells are a little bit tougher. If you do choose to put her as a monk, she gets a bonus for that. One of the best things about that is if you enchant it, go away, you can get this. You can upgrade her to this, so you get Light of the Dawnstar. It gives an aura to all party members that give them 10% resistance against all spells. So pretty powerful little thing that she has there, so not too bad. Speaking of inventory as well, I actually finally got the pre-order content to get in here. So I have this, which I'm going to put in my offhand, which is kind of cool looking. Droga's Skull. So it's a saber. It has 20% chance to deal additional burn damage on hit. So not too bad. I'll play with that for a little while. I don't know that I'll stick with it, but the enchants aren't really that great on it, so... And I guess it also serves as a torch, which is kind of interesting. Let's see, there's also this Cape of the Obsidian Order, which is disappointing it doesn't have any stats that it gives you, but it looks cool, so we'll go ahead and equip it. Oh yeah, and then I have a pet. So that's the cool thing about this, in the second one, is pets actually have effects on the party. So this one, which is Beakhead, gives the party, or gives you, I'm sorry, +1 intellect. And then it gives the party +1 to sleight of hand, which not really that helpful, but you know, I'll take the intellect. It'll increase my duration of a lot of the stuff I do, so, and the area of effect. So I will take it. Let's see here. What armor is she wearing? She has medium armor. It's 735. What do I have in here? That's just, what is this? Is this leather armor? 5 and 20. I'll leave her at that. I'll put a crossbow there, just as a secondary weapon. Okay. So you can see we're all getting the effect. We're all getting the +1 sleight of hand.
All right.
Can we talk?
Oh, and this is the thing you'll get sometimes where companions will pop up where they have conversations. So you see this little button here. You just
The
click on it.
children of the Dawn Stars. I wondered if we'd run into them down here. There's someone I used to know, just an old friend. Came out here to settle with them last I heard. Maybe we should ask around, see if she's still out here. Might be she can help us.
Just a friend, huh?
Jyoti rubs the back of her neck, clearly uncomfortable. Yeah, definitely my other playthrough I noticed they kind of have a little bit of a thing going, so it'll be interesting to see if something happens with that.
Oh, well, both grew up in Gilded Vale, same temple.
Adair looks askance at you. So let's see, your cheeks are red, you can trust me, you know. Just stare at him. I'm just gonna stare at him. That sounds like what my character would do.
All right. We used to, you know. She was real loud, too. Used to have to cover her mouth or she'd get the dog howling in the next room.
Wow, that's a little TMI. Jyoti's face models bright red as she turns away, hands covering her eyes. I get the picture.
I knew you'd understand. You're gonna like her. I got a good feeling.
Alright, so find someone who might know Adair's friend. We can talk to her. She'd probably be...
You watch over her, you hear? That's one of ours whose fate you've taken into your hands.
For God's sake, I don't need nanny in Wanglith. I've reaped more with my 2 hands than you'll dream in a lifetime.
And you've pride in that?
Head shaking, she turns to
Do
you.
you see why she needs guarding? You must shield her light. Do not let her lose it or her life.
So I gained some moderately positive reputation with the children of the Dawn
Do
Stars.
you seek a blessing from the light?
We're looking for someone who came out this way years
If it's
back.
a fellow missionary you seek, then you might talk with Nordegand at the temple in Nekataka. She's been around a while. Knows more of us than most anyone else.
Okay. Now I know where to go for that. Let's continue exploring the town.
It's not right. I came here on the first ship.
Let's get everybody exploring.
Why does an islander get paid the same as I?
They're bigger than you, and they haul cargo without whining about it.
Now, since we have 2, I
not
want to look
right.
at my party makeup. Wait, let's edit that. Alright, so I'm going to want Adair out front. Do like that. Alright, let's head into the tavern. There's always good stuff to find in a tavern in RPGs, right? Get some quests, maybe pick up some crew. In the previous game, they did have you built this building on top of your, or in your keep that allowed you to get bounties that were later in the game, which allowed you to gain extra experience, gold, loot, all that kind of stuff if you needed it. In this one, you can pretty much just pick up bounties all over the place from quest givers. So, anytime you see this little symbol with a mask, that means that's stealing. So you want to be careful about it.
Sorry, we haven't any rooms for you.
The rather large man behind the counter glances your way, smiling grimly.
Guessing you're the one came in off that shipwreck down south. Not sure if that's good luck or bad, but here, I figure you deserve a drink.
He slides a murky pint of ale across the counter towards you. I got an ale. Yay. How can you tell?
No secret to it. We haven't had a new ship in port since the storm rolled through. And yet, here's a stranger in my tavern.
What's this about the
Let's
rooms?
fill up. You aren't the first outsider to turn up looking for a place to stay after their ride off the island ended up at the bottom of the sea.
He pauses, fixing you with a considering eye.
Well, tell you what. I've got one room ought to have been cleared out by now. Only the occupants decided to outstay his welcome. Real trouble is, he hasn't settled his bill. He's a merchant captain by the name of Galleon. I've given him a fair chance, but he's been a right prick about the whole thing. I've got a spare key here. You chase him and his pals off, and the room's yours. At a discount.
He slides the key across the counter towards you. Okay. I'll see what I can do.
It, truly. I'll have someone tidy the place up for you once you're through. Chances are they've spilled ale just about everywhere. I don't want the man dead, and that's not what I'm paying for. Just see him on his way and we'll call it done.
With a final nod, he turns away. Okay, I still had other stuff to talk to you about.
Still kicking, eh? What would it be?
Let me see what you
Didn't
have.
think you had 2 copper pieces.
So usually at taverns you can just buy like food and stuff like that. Let's see. I will sell some stuff though. Sell that. Hold on to that. Let's see. Go to stash. Sell all this stuff. Let's see here. So I can get an adventurer. They don't have any crew yet. So this is where you can hire, adventurers in the game are, they're basically party members that you create from scratch. So if you want a very particular party or party member, this is where you would go to make them. So you just hire them, and the more expensive you pay, the higher level they're going to be. But right now, all we can do is one, just because how low level we are. Did he have
Still
anything
kicking,
else to talk
eh?
about?
What'll it be?
I'm looking to make some coin. I need someone who can hold on a fight. I'd like to hire more crew members onto my ship.
Not much point to that without a ship. Come by when you've got work to offer.
Never mind.
What do we do if there are no more ships?
Die of starvation or disease.
I've got it.
Ah, I can use the room key on everything up here. Let's see. Oh, I can actually do this without something. Nice. Just a commoner.
How does it work?
You inhale. It isn't complicated.
Norgun.
Ah, a new face. You've heard, of course, that Norgund remains the most reliable and discreet supplier of mostly legitimate wares. Are you looking for something in particular?
Mostly legitimate?
I am an honest merchant, sir. But I confess that the tools I supply have an unjustly sinister reputation. How my clients decide to use these items is not my responsibility, after all.
Let's see what he has. Lockpick. Okay. Just drugs, bombs, and lockpicks. Nothing I really need right now. Mechanic skill too low.
Maybe I was wrong.
Let's get everybody up in here just in case there's a fight.
Don't remember ordering more drinks.
Okay.
Huh?
Thought I'd locked that thing.
The glassy-eyed gentleman before you bears the miserable expression of the recently sober. He also smells like he's been pickling in a cask for a few days.
Thing is, the way doors work, right? And I realize this is complicated, is that you close them and then uninvited people stay on the other side. Try not to slam the door on your way out, yeah? My head's going to pieces.
Thorol wants you out of here.
Does he now? And what are you supposed to do about it?
Let's see. I wonder if I can intimidate him out. You can leave on your feet or get dragged out by the ankles. Your choice. Galleon sneers for a moment, but something in your expression squelches his confidence in a hurry. He scratches nervously at his beard.
All right. Just keep your boots on. We're leaving. Thorol wants us out on the streets so bad, so be it.
You serious, Galleon? Where are we supposed to go?
The Amawa woman glowers at you before following him out. Alright, so I got him out. I didn't get the rent, but oh well.
On it.
Some more beer.
Will do.
Spell scroll. Let's head downstairs.
Still kicking, eh? What'll it be?
Cleared out that room for you.
Hey, good work. Times like these, I can't afford to keep on anyone who can't pay their tab. The second word got around, I'd have every pauper in the city on my doorstep. The room's yours if you want it. And for a job well done, here's your pay.
He sends a damp leather coin pouch on the counter. So I got a minor positive and 1,200 copper. Works. Task completed. Okay, looks like that's about all to do in here, so I'll go ahead and head back out.
You think it's smart, giving the Juan all these guns?
Why not?
Well, just... they might use them.
On each other, most likely.
Fresh fish!
Race you to the coral.
No contest.
What? Just because you have webbed fingers and I can't swim?
You are restrained.
Don't need any fish. Some repair supplies for my boat.
Ado, begging your pardon for the mess, sir. We are still recovering from we have supplies here for the paying customer. Provisions for the road, perhaps? Have a look.
She's selling. Okay, so she sells mostly stuff for the boat. Oh, here we got a helmet. Death's Maw grants death runes. Being near a killed enemy grants temporary damage reduction. Interesting. It's 1,000. Meh, it's a little pricey. Ring of Minor Deflection for 500, not too bad. Battle-worn Grimoire, don't need that. Okay, never mind. Somebody in the jail has a job for me.
Yes? What is it I can do for you?
The watch commander looks up at you after her listless greeting, and you notice that she's a dark bruise around one eye. She grimaces, but does not turn away. What happened to you?
What happened? I showed the drunken fool more patience and respect than he deserved, and he struck me without warning.
Sientere, Savia. You know that I was aiming for Darmo's pretty face.
Something you wanted?
How are things here in Port Maje?
We lost no one to the storm, but many homes have been damaged, and the people are terrified of this giant the scouts reported. It is chaos, pure and simple, but things might have been far worse.
I don't see many guards around.
We are stretched thin. The storm speaker did much to help, but much of the town has flooded. Now we are awash in homeless citizens and stranded merchants, to say nothing of the cultists out there.
She glances up at Choti, expression flat, but keeps silent.
Now I have Ilari's people making trouble up on Gorechi Street. His little gang is looting everything they can get their hands on, and the Bozzo kicks up his heels like a prince.
Lucky for you that I'm around. I, humbly offer my services. Let me out and I will bring you this Ilari's teeth.
Shut it, Rigere.
I could go speak with this Alari.
Kue, I cannot say it would not be welcome, but you are only recently arrived, and not I here by choice. Why do this?
I assumed I'd be paid.
Then you are an optimist. If I had all that much coin to throw around, I would have more recruits. In this case, you are right. You will have your fair wage. Gorechi Street is in the western part of town. Just walk until you hit water. We don't need a bloodbath. I'm sure there's a peaceful solution to resolve this. I'd appreciate your looking for it.
Try.
Ado, stranger. Or is it captain? You have the carriage of a captain. A noble bearing all around.
The man in the cell wobbles slightly as he steps forward, fixing an eager smile and glassy gaze upon you.
Apretta, you must free me. I am a creature of the sea. I am not meant for this dark place. I will dry and wither like a landed fish.
What did you do to end up in here?
I did no one any harm. I am at the Kraken's Eye so often Thorol should pay me. I sample every bottle for quality. My loyalty has given him heirs. I would have paid what I owed in time, had I the coin.
You walked out on a tab, Rigere. Nothing to boast of. And then you crawled up to the governor's estate, pissed on the steps, and resisted arrest.
Merla, I do not remember that at all. Right on the steps? I am sorry for the last. I tell you, Savia, I cannot help my magnificent reflexes. You were being very grabby.
Do you know your way around a ship?
Do I know ships? He asks. I know every vessel on these waters, every one. From the galleon to the... every one of them, sir. You have enemies? These fists will drive them into the waiting arms of the sea goddess.
He clenches his fists, raising them above his head for the emphasis. I could use you on my crew. What do you need me to do?
You see how fate has brought us together? The ice-hearted guard, she has set my fine at 400 pyres. I have... none. I flounder here until the debt is paid.
I'll see, maybe after I do her, after I help her with that mission, maybe she'll, make it a little bit lighter on me. 'Cause 400 is a lot for me right now. Okay, there's the governor's estate. We'll head over there. Oh, let's get everybody going. Grab that little plant there. There's a barrel. Water. Another plant. Look around, see what we can find. There's good lake. Let me take stuff. A lot of this food and stuff is very handy to have for your ship. Once we have one, then I'll show you some of that. What's my mechanic skill like? Costs 3. Not worth it. So higher your mechanic skill, the less lockpicks you have to use, and of short on them to begin with, and more than likely a lot of this stuff that you're opening, I mean, you do get XP for opening it, which is nice, but a lot of times it's not really worth the amount you're using to open it. Bold plate. Okay, let's talk to the mayor.
Ah, yes, there you are.
Our governor.
As governor and under the auspices of the Valiant Trading Company, please allow me to officially welcome you to Port Maje.
He spreads his hands in a subdued flourish.
I'd like to say the pleasure's all mine, but I try not to lie. Don't worry, I'm only here on account of him.
She bobs her head in your direction.
Of course. I see you've been as quick to involve yourself as ever.
Clario's tone is polite, but there's a strained edge to his wide smile as he turns from Choti to address you.
Apologies for that little drama outside. These are confusing times, and people often react poorly to uncertainty. Between the storm, the pirates, and the, well, certain strange events, we are all a little on edge.
He spreads his hands in an apologetic gesture. Strange events?
A few, well, quite a few people here in Port Maje claim to have seen a giant of some kind during the storm.
Clario winces.
I would call it a flight of fancy, but unless something has tainted every well in the region, I do not think it can be ignored. But then, the Deadfire is a land full of such things. You must have heard the stories.
A giant? Where did it go?
Why, I haven't the slightest idea. Wherever giants go, deep beneath the waves, with luck. Now, to the matter of your ship. You're stranded, are you? It was a rough landing by all reports. Unfortunately, our own ships are in no condition to sail. We've had dealings with the pirates ourselves. They've taken their share of supply ships. The storm saw to those berthed in the harbor. All that said, I believe I may have a solution, provided you're willing to help me in turn.
What could I do for you? I just got here.
Indeed. Which means I can spare you, whereas I cannot spare the guards. I have the guards on the lookout for pirate vessels looking to take advantage of whatever damage the storm caused. We've cannons enough to see them off, but I need every man ready to use them. There is a site of some considerable value elsewhere on the island. A value to the trading company, you understand. In point of fact, it's the very reason any of us are here. You're familiar with the luminous Adra trade?
I know that Luminous Adra is native to the Deadfire.
It's also quite valuable. When refined, it sells for considerable sums. The trading company has invested a lot of time and money into locating sites suitable for mining and processing.
Let's get to the point.
We sought to improve the refinement process. To that end, we hired some of the brightest minds in the field of animancy and brought them out here to lend their expertise. And then one evening, a storm rolls in out of nowhere, and my scouts begin to report that a giant has marched its way across the island towards my dig site. What am I to make of that? We haven't heard from Mestre Odorisi since, nor any of his assistants, or the workers. I must know what has happened. If Odorisi, if his work is lost, then everything that we have worked for is at risk. Which is where you come in. You need a ship, I need information. See to this for me, and I'll set half the town to work. We'll patch up your ship, and you'll be free to go on your way.
I can do that.
Galard, then we are agreed. I will assign men to keep watch over your ship. You will find the dig site on the eastern side of the island. I'll mark it on your map here.
You'll do it for the Watcher, but not for me? I see how it is.
With a discontented sound, she crosses her arms over her chest.
Yes. Why wouldn't I want a pack of Dawn Stars crawling over my Adra mine in search of their lost deity?
Clario darts a quick, sour look in Joji's direction.
One more thing. If you should recover Odoris's notes, know that they would be of great value to me.
We did level up. I'll probably wait and do that once I'm done recording, because there's not really going to be unfortunately, there's not going to be a whole lot of action while we're in the town, so I'll just keep walking around and talking.
What marvelous carvings!
Find what quests
Oh,
I
yes.
can.
This one is many centuries old.
You have
Blessed
to
by
do something.
Ngati herself.
Any of us could be next. Magnificent.
Oh? I can Planka. Don't tell me you're here to complain, too.
The guardsman covers his face with his hand, groaning.
Divirus. Are they recruiting right off the docks? You would think the Juana were storming the Kraken's Eye as we speak.
What's going on?
A fight, Mestra. One of the Juana women attacked a merchant. He has come out the worse for it.
He jerks a thumb toward the nearby door.
Now every nationale in town wets himself in terror of losing his coin to the Aumaua. We would bring in the thief, but Clario would not have us march into the village and defend Ikawa. Much longer, and I do not think any of us will have a choice in the matter. If you wanted the details of it, speak to Rinko himself. He will delight in telling you the tale.
Darmo makes a sharp, frustrated hand gesture and turns away. Alright, well, let's go talk to this guy, see what's up.
Will do.
Ooh, a hat.
I've got it.
It's stealing. Never mind. Let's see here.
Will do.
Who's there? Tori, is that you? Wait, who are you?
The figure in the bed is a young Valian man. The first thing you notice is that he seems to have been severely beaten. One eye is nearly swollen shut, and where his skin is revealed, it is a patchwork of livid bruises. He groans and winces as he props himself up, glaring up at you with one good eye.
You look like you already got a foot in the grave.
She thumbs the cage of her lantern thoughtfully.
Come to laugh? Madiko, this would not have stood in Ozia.
He yanks at the bedsheet, trying to cover himself. What happened to you?
Iswana. They are an unreasonable people. I was enjoying a night of cards when one of them attacked me, out of nowhere. I had not spoken a word to her, the mad devil. Look what she did to me, my ear.
He turns his head, and you see that there is a scabbed-over notch where a chunk of flesh has been torn away from his left ear.
When the fighting is over, she takes my coin purse and strides away, bold as anything.
So you lost a bar fight. No need to whine about it.
Chaudhry. This woman attacks me without provocation and suffers no consequence? The governor lets the Juana do as they please, and this is the result. I should be out there, helping to find our people, My wife, Zenetta, she is out there, and I...
He gestures feebly with an arm, grimacing.
Listen, I am without other means. She took my coin purse, my wages. How am I to pay the governor? How am I to feed my son?
His already bruised purple face reddens further.
That woman should be in the stocks. The guards do nothing. But you've heard me out at least. Do me the kindness of retrieving that coin purse, and I will give you what I can spare.
I'll think about it.
They call her Mokeha. I imagine she is back in her village, feeling proud of herself, no doubt. Follow the road as it bends north. Then west. You can't miss it. A pile of sticks and straw.
With that, he sags back against the mattress, clearly exhausted. Alright guys, well I guess that's actually going to be the end of the video. I kind of realized as I was doing the editing that the end of the video actually got cut off, so sorry about that. The good thing is you didn't really miss anything hugely important, but I hope you still continue on, check out the later videos as we continue our journey through the Deadfire. Also, be sure to like if you're enjoying what you're seeing, subscribe if you want to see anything more, and also of course as always be sure to come and check out the Used Gamers podcast where you can see us do reviews on different games, talk about different gaming subjects. Check that out. Otherwise, hope you guys do continue to enjoy this, and hope you have a good day.